Hello guys, welcome back to my tutorial. My name is Lucky, and in this video we are going to finally talk about parameters, passing an argument to a functions, and then we'll be building a real kind of a real calculation automatically perhaps. All right guys, so let's get started as we work on it. First and foremost, we're given a question, and the question says write a function that allow a user to perform calculations based on what is given optional, right? Like for example, display on the screen to add if the user want to add, if the user want to subtract, or if the user want to multiply a number. If the user enter two number, print out the difference, the sum, and the product. That is what we're given. And so first and foremost, what do we need? We need, since they say we should make use of a function, we need a function. So I will go above my main. Let me give myself some space to work with. Okay, I'll go above my main and I will declare a main new function, and it's going to return an integer. So I'm going to say the data type is int menu. I'll give it a name as menu menu display. Menu display is enough, I guess. Yeah, and then I will just let me just give it menu, and then I will just out declare I will declare a variable that will hold whatever the user is going to, what the user selected. So and since it's going to be returning an integer, select, I'll give it a select name, select, and then I'll say out, printing out what the information which they say we should the user will need. And so that is out. Let me just make it a bit nicer. Select, why am I spelling that wrong again? Select from the given option. I don't know how this English sound, but right now that is just what I'm thinking of. So out again. We're told that the user should be allowed to add number and line. Okay, I'm so lazy to type, so I'm just gonna copy this and rechange. So out again. All right, so let's just make it a bit cool and nice because this looks so messy. All right guys, so we'll change this one to subtraction, which is subtract, subtract, right? Subtract. And then this one is multiplication, which is to multiply a number, multiply. And so where if the user entered this number, select anyone from this. So which one do we want? Where do we store it? So we must store it on the select variable which we created. Select. Okay, right. So we must make it simpler for the user. So we'll just say 1 so that it can be able to be entered nicely. So 1 for add, 2 for subtraction, and 3 for multiplication. So what this function will do, it will just display this and store whatever the person entered. Okay, that is not what we're told. We want to return whatever the person's entered, and then we're going to just say return so that we can make use of whatever the person entered, the return, and then select, return the variable to whoever, another function that might use this variable. So what we got here, let's test it and see if our code is running as per user, or as we need, or performing its purposes. Let's just put it that way. And so let's just say menu and see if we did not have any error. Right, menu, and then I might well end that line. And so okay, we're working correctly. Our function is performing rightly. So right now it displays select from the our given option, add, subtract, and multiply. So it's waiting for us. As you can see, the blinking cursor is waiting for us to type a number. And so whatever we typed, it's not going to do anything. Let's type number 2. It closed. That is simply because we did not perform any action on what is given. And so, but we're told that if the user enter 2 number, we should print out the difference. So we need another function. If the person chooses to add a number, so we need a function called int add. And so we'll pass an argument. We'll pass a parameter, so we'll call it int num1, and then int num2. And so we're gonna just bring out our braces there, and then tell the user to, let's just create a variable, and then call it int first number fnum, second num. Okay, fnum is equal to num1, which is the parameter we passed, and then f2, which is s2 snum, which is second number, let's call it that way, should be equal to num2 from the parameter which we just declared. And so what is going to happen is that we're going to, when the person chooses to add, what are we going to do? We want to call these functions passing this argument. So first and foremost, we're gonna say cout, going to say return, return fnum plus snum, and then we'll close that, and then we might as well go and run it in main, and we'll say if we're gonna make a condition, let's just declare a variable that will hold this whatever the person entered on the select statement. So we're going to say int selected menu. That menu is equal to the menu function itself. Whatever the person entered will be stored here. And so we're going to make a decision to say if selected menu, okay, put the T is not showing right here, the D, I mean, selected menu equal 1, what are we going to do? Cout. We're going to call the add function. So cout add function, and so just we might as well just close that line, and so let's just run it and see what we got. No, we are not calling that. We must first tell the person to enter 2 numbers. So cout enter num1, and then we must have a place to store it. This is where my mistake is. I must always declare the variable which I need. So I'll say int num1 num2, and then I must store num1, what the person entered on this variable, say in num1, and then cout again, enter num2, and line as well, say in num2. Alright, I don't like taking too much time in when taking too much longer than 10 minutes. So please guys, in my next video we're going to run this application, and we're going to know which the answer will be given, and so if there's an error that we need to rectify, we rectify it, and before we complete the rest of the program. This is for testing purposes. Please, in my next video we're going to complete this video, and we'll continue with where we stop, and we might as well run this program in the next video. So please see you in my next video. please subscribe and hit a comment box if there's any